Yo. So a lot of you have been asking for a breakdown of this track. Obviously I can't pronounce it, but yes, 5380 whatever. So yeah, here it is. A lot of you have been asking for a breakdown, wanting to know how I make glitches and what plugins I use and stuff like that. So this is the project. So yes, I work in Ableton. I think this was made in Live 10. I made it quite a while ago, but yeah. Yeah, so I assume we've already heard the track, so I'll just go straight into some of the elements. So yeah, the first main element is the piano. I think it's just the basic. I need to unmute it. Just a basic Labs piano, I think. I really like this piano. It's really, I think this is the only preset I have on it yet. Nothing crazy, and as you can tell I can't play the piano, so that's why I've got this F minor scale. Yeah, I can't play the piano. I just write MIDI until it sounds good, and this scale helps me do that. I think I might have used to help me with melodies. Sometimes I use there's this plugin in Reactor. I think it's free. Not Reactor, but the plugin. I think it's called Node E. Yeah, I use this a lot. It just generates random MIDI notes, so you can set the scale. And usually I just set it to, I can't bother to set it up, but you have to send the MIDI into an instrument, and it will literally, it just generates random notes, and you can change the frequency and yeah, lots of different parameters to change, quantize it and stuff like that. Sometimes I just set it to a scale, just press random a few times, and sometimes I hear some notes that I like, and I think actually the notes I heard was like this, I think. Or a few of these, do it just that, and then from that sound I just set the scale, chuck this in, and then just try to make a melody. So that was the melody I made. So yeah, just a basic Labs piano. Labs is free, I think. So yeah, I really like this piano. I use it a lot. Onto the glitches. This, I think I made this, well, I probably did, in a different sound design project. I might not have done, because it doesn't say. It's not named the same as my other ones, usually. They usually have this funny, so I might have made this in the project. If I did, it says glitch drums, so I might have just glitched all the drums. I don't know what I done. Let's just try and listen to it without all the shit on it. Yeah, I think it was actually just the drums that were in here, and I might have just put a granulizer on it, and it seemed to line up. See? I think that's all I did. I just glitched the drums up. I don't know what I did there. I might just, I can't say honestly what I did. But then after that I added a Ubik granulizer on it. Just messed with this, the size and the mix. OGT. Boosting the bass. Isotope for just to make it a bit wider, and then I panned it, put a random pan on it, and that's just sidechain. So yeah, a lot of you have been asking as well how to make glitch sounds. Don't know what this is. Oh, there you go. That's probably how I made it. So it looks like I just rendered out my drums. I don't know what I played with. Is there some automation on that? Nope. I think I just played with the pitch. I've got a random on it, so. I think that's what I did. So I've got a random generator, so every time it hits a MIDI note, every time a MIDI note triggers, it will set off a random piece of this audio, so it will play it from anywhere here, and then it sounds like I've messed with the pitch, or oh no, that's what I've done. I've messed with the warp mode, so I put it on texture. Yeah, so that's how you get these glitchy sounds. So that's how I made that one. And then just put some distortion after it. Boosting the bass even more. Yeah, so that's how I made that. And then I further glitched it even more. And then laid it on top of the drums. So drums, just a simple kick. A snare. Nothing too complex. Glitch ambience. What's this? So this looks like a kick that I've put on a loop mode. As I said, I haven't opened this product for ages. What have I done? So it looks like I've looped it. I've just looped it and then I've played with the ARP. So basically it triggers once, and then with the ARP, I think I just changed the rate that it re-triggers. So that's how I did that part. Then I use this delay kind of thing that I use a lot. So you link the feedback and the wet and dry together, you put that on the macro, and then you put the left and right together. And basically it allows you to get some, we chuck it on like the piano here. Delete, delete, it's really simple. And so yeah, you've got left and right together, and feedback and wet and dry. So if we play this part. Usually if you go too low, you usually get these really resonant sounds. And when you get to about here, it just becomes a delay. So you can get these types of sounds that I really like. So that's what I've done here. Then I've chucked a bunch of OTTs on it to make it a bit like a disperser. Then I made it wider. Then I've put an LFO on random on a utility, so it's cutting out the sound. Yeah, it's cutting out the sound. So without this, I've got two of them, I don't know why. Yeah, so basically these OTTs bring up all the little pops that are really quiet. Switch the OTTs off. Yeah, he just slams it. So yeah, this is just chopping it up. I got two of them for some reason. saturator, not doing anything. Another OTT. I'm just cutting out the lows and making it wider, but I think I've already done. Then I'm putting another delay on it. Yeah, so what so all I'm modulating here is the wet and dry and the time. That's what all that is. So yeah, and then this is just to make it just move between left and right, really. Yeah, piano glitch sound. I've got a bass here. Okay, that's just an operator. There's some vibrato. Take up the filter. So M vibrato. Decapitator. It's a really, really nice distortion plugin. Valhalla vintage verb. That's just okay. Filter. Just cutting out all those. So ready? What is it? 2 sine waves FM'd, and then you got a saw wave and a sine wave. That's it. And I think it's really the vibrato that makes it, and the distortion that makes it like that. Sound nice. Big episode. It's quite nice. Nice. I also still on the intro. Got some chillos. This is also free. BBC Symphony Orchestra. So instead of cracking contact stuff, I really like this. It's free. I think you have to fill out a form. I don't know if they're still doing it. It's like a questionnaire kind of thing. You fill it out on the BBC website, and then like a couple of weeks later they give it to you for free. But this is just like the basic pack, if you like, because they work with Spitfire Audio, and that's who do the lab stuff, what is also free. So yeah, you can buy expansions for it, but they do this one for free. So I got this, and you got cellos, trumpets, harps, clarinet, bass, cello, and it sounds pretty nice. So yeah, I just layered on top of the piano some cello chords. Just to carry the track a bit. Glitches. This is stuff from my like sound design projects. What I usually do, I usually make like sometimes it can be 10 minutes long, 5 minutes long, 30 minutes long. I do sound design projects and then just chuck them straight into a project I'm working on, and then I just scroll through it. Just to find some sounds like fillers and glitches. That's what I find is really helpful. So instead of, you're never gonna make this on the spot, so I like to make some stuff, make some sounds, sound design a bit, and then chuck the sounds into the project, and then just scroll through it like this. Yeah, and just see what fits. I probably didn't even EQ or anything like that, no. So So yeah. Next, what's this? Growl bass. Oh yeah, this sound. I think this is the piano actually. Let's see what it is. Maybe not. It's a bass. Don't know where it came from. Oh, it might be the saw bass. Yeah, I think it's the saw bass actually. I might have just played some notes on the saw bass. Oh damn. Recorded it and then chucked some effects on it. I think that's what I did. It's difficult to say what I did exactly. So yeah, on this I've just got a filter, OTT, some EQ, some delay, decapitator. What's really beefing it up? It's got this really OTT sound at the moment, and then really distorts it. Very nice. And then some reverb, utility, and that's it. Yeah, so I don't really know how I made this. I think I recorded the saw bass. Maybe I messed with the pitch, maybe. Wonder if it's like a full, there's a full pit here. There you go. So I think it was from this. Maybe not completely this, but you get the idea. I think this part is in the track. I think that's here somewhere, isn't it? I might have stretched it out. I might have stretched it out actually. Did I stretch it? No, it doesn't look like it. I might have stretched it and rendered it, I don't know. And then it looks like I'm playing with the pitch as well. So that's how I got the high notes, obviously. There you go. So without the pitch change. Yeah. So. Just the pitch. And it's probably on Complex Pro. Yeah, so I warped it with Complex Pro. Because if not, get the glitchy kind of sound. It doesn't really work. So yeah, just changing the pitch. Okay. Sweeps, yeah, just white noise. Now special. Chords. Okay, so I've got some more Labs piano with a vocoder on it. Doing I don't know what. Just making it not as loud. I don't know. But hey, that's what I did. Then just cutting out the bass, because I've got a sub after. Just a sine wave. That's it. So that's it for the intro. I'll explain this part at the very end. Don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. Yes, so for the sidechain I use triggers, just because I've always done it that way. Some people sidechain straight off the kick that you can do. Nothing wrong with that. I just started out doing it this way, and this is the way I do it. So basically, each time this audio piece of audio gets triggered, it sends a signal to sidechain group that triggers the sidechain here. And I've just put it in a group. So yeah, I've got that for the kick and snare. I just like it this way because you can insert like sidechain ducks even without a kick. So basically like this, if I wanted to. So, and sometimes I just like to add a sidechain even when there's not a kick sometimes. So yeah, instead of automating the volume and stuff like that. Okay, so the second part, the bassy bit. Again, glitch drums. I've got some more snare layers. There's going to be some Alan Moore snares. Got a main snare, second snare. I stretched it out a bit, I think. And then like a really granular for the snare for like the tail. Goes together. I didn't even EQ or anything, so I thought it sounded good, so I left it like that. Then I've got some hi-hats, it's just a loop that I found. Nothing wrong with using the loops, I just couldn't bother to make, I'm not very good at making hi-hat loops, so yeah, I usually use loops for hi-hats. And then I've got the saw bass coming back in. Cellos again. Sweeps. And it's not a lot. It's quite simple this part. Yeah, it's more the bass that's pitching around and yeah, some delay on it as well. And that's how you're getting this. Yeah, ping pong delay. It makes it sound really nice. Yeah. So yeah, and then it goes into another glitchy part here. So yeah, here I have some more glitches that come in. Again, as you can see. Oh yeah, so this. I literally, once I was done with this, I recorded this whole part, and then looks like I've stretched it. Pretty sure if I play it like this. So I've put this into a granulizer, I think it's free now. If you have Ableton granulated too, but I have a rack for it. Where is it? Granulator. So literally I recorded this bassy part here. This loads. I chuck it into a granulator. I just hope my computer doesn't crash. I chuck it in here. I just play one MIDI note and then I map all these LFOs to different parameters, and then can I have sound? And then just record this out. until I get some sounds that I like. And apparently I got this. I then re-stretched. It's very stretched. And then I just chopped up and put in pieces that I like. It's the hard bit really is. You can make all these glitches, but if they're worthless if you can't actually get them to fit your track. So I just tried to get them to play around with the piano melody, and I think it fits quite well. Okay, and this looks like it's this from the same song, I think. This is the reverb on it. So yeah, it's just finding bits that fit around the melody. That's what most of the work is. A voice, apparently I have here. Okay. Don't know where that's from. Some more glitches. Again, that's from a longer sound design project. Is it on loop? No, as you can see it's it's pretty long, and I literally just use these few bits. So yeah, nothing special on them after, because all the work is done inside the sound design project. On the voices, there's nothing on them. Reverb, glitch, it's just cutting out the bass. These glitches, there's some distortion, and boosting the bass for this part probably. Reverb, EQ, reverb. Nothing too complex. Heavy bit. And again, I rendered out the track and chose bits that I like previously and glitched them up a bit. I think I just stretched it, yeah, I've timed. So this is the original speed. I've stretched it a lot and put the texture mode on it. And just made a melody out of this. I put some reverb on it. I think that's the sound here. Glitch drums in this part, I don't know why, because, okay, I want to glitch up again. So I made another bus for these glitches here that I just put a sidechain on, and I put my glitch delay thing on top, so I glitch up even more. muted there. That was a different version of the vocals. So this is just the piano pitch down, but I don't think it's even playing. No, it's not playing. That's also another good plugin for glitches. It's made by Wolg. Do I have it somewhere? It's called, what's it called? Beat Slicer. I don't think it costs a lot, but it's a really cool plugin. It's kind of like Granulizer. Chuck a sample in here, and you can switch between like a Granulizer mode and a like a stretch mode. I don't really know. You can change the speed, the number of slices you have, and then you can modify the parameters with this. And I think you can click on circle and change stuff. Spread. You have a comb filter. It's nice. You can get some cool effects from that. So yeah, he has other stuff on his website for sale. So yeah, on the group again, I've just got more grain delay stuff. Is this modifying it? It doesn't do a lot. Does it make that sound here? No. It's just adding in extra sounds, extra effects. That's where that comes from. Yeah. What else to show? That's probably the main thing with this project. It's just making all the sounds. I've got tons of sounds, just making them fit together really. And by using that technique, as I said, you put it on. Say you've got a sample here. You chucked a sample in. Put it on warp mode. Yes. You select all. Loop it. And then you can just select a tiny piece like this to fit in somewhere, and then you can literally just move the marker around until you find the sound that fits. That's my kind of way of doing it. But I think I learned that from Mr. Bill. I think he has a tutorial on that. Yeah, so that's for this main part. And then after all this, I rendered it all out. So I recorded it all. Let's mute this. And then I added some more glitches. Why is it doing that? Is this a layer I have, or was that muted? I think this was muted. No, this wasn't muted, I think. Yeah, that's where that comes from. Okay. So I've got the main track. So the main track that I made here, I recorded it all, chucked it here, and then I've added some more granulizer on it, so I've put it in parallel. So I had dry signal, just boosting the highs on that. A second signal comes out that is doing nothing until I want some bits that I like. So I've put a utility on it, and then whenever I want parts of this glitch coming through, so fully glitched, sounds like that. So I just put the pitch on Ubik to max, and then I've just muted it. There's a delay on it as well. Muted it, and then whenever I want it, I just bring up the utility. I just bring it in. I think I've done the same here. Yes, indeed. Same thing, I'll probably cut out the lows, yes. So it doesn't clash with the bass. So yeah, I'll just put basically another track. So basically there's 3 tracks here, and I just kind of mix them together. I don't even mix the original out, I just layer it on the top, over the top. I've cut out all the lows. Yeah. That's it. You could probably say there's phasing issues, but I don't know. Maybe. Sounded good to me, so I did it. Yeah, so that's that. 3 tracks. Then I added just some more glitches to the top. This is with the delay, with the reverb, just to between the transitions, just to make it a bit smoother. Can I unmute this? No. Yeah. It's kind of dry. It's just making the transition a lot smoother. Adding this in here. Then I could have added a 4th onto here. I don't know why I didn't. And I think it's the same thing. I think that's where that comes from. That nice sound. Yeah. What's this? So it looks like it's the same track. What have I done to it? Have I pitched it? I don't know what I've done to it. Can't tell you what I did to the original to get this. It sounds like I put a lot of distortion on it, and cut out a lot of the lows. But yeah, so I made a glitch version of the main track and then layered in elements that I liked. That's it. And then of the main track, again, I've chopped it up. I messed with the grain size, stretched it, added in some glitches, chopped it up again, just added some things like this. Yeah, that's about it. The main thing with this project, as I said, is just getting everything to fit together. Master, if you want to look, it's just a limiter. These are doing nothing. OTT, tiny bit of OTT. That's doing nothing. Just a limiter, smashing it. And that, just to look at the loudness. So yeah, just a limiter. You don't need nothing else on it, really. That's about it. If you want some tips on how to make some glitches, literally you just that's what I made the other day. The easiest way for me is just put a randomizer on every parameter and you'll get glitches. That's probably the best advice I can give you. So yeah, what have I got here? I have a load of LFOs. So all random. So it changes pretty much every single parameter on this operator. There's a Ubik G, that's the granulizer. So everything's getting randomized. The delay is getting randomized. There's a saturator, that's not getting randomized, so it's just a saturator. Then literally if I just press one MIDI note, get random sounds, and then you can randomize the randomization. I think I've linked this to the rates of the randomization. I think, yeah, if you not these ones there, because that's to do with the fine tune, I think. I don't know. So there you go. That's my tip. If you're in Ableton, yeah, just put a LFO. So yeah, it's in the audio effect part. Get an LFO and just chuck it on everything. Just experiment making sounds. You don't need, I just like this Ubik, you don't need any plugins. Delay works really good if you want a good kind of like a granulizer type of sound. You can use the grain delay. This is really cool. I really like the grain delay. I like to put the feedback. I like to put the feedback really high, so then it loops and you can get some crazy feedback loops. So yeah, you could pretty much use this instead of Ubik if you want, and all the rest it's just LFOs, changing literally everything. You can turn anything into glitchy stuff. Again, granulizer, that Max for Life plugin, it's really good. Yeah, grain delay. What else? Yeah, I have a lot of delay stuff because I make some cool sounds. But yeah, all said and good if you can make all these glitches, but then if you can't make anything with them, it's no point really. That's the hard part. Not what I find hard. I can make glitches for hours. That's the fun part. But then actually turn it into a track. That's the hard part. So yeah, pick up lamps if you want a cool piano. Do the BBC Symphony form that you have to fill out. BBC Symphony file. So it says it's free. Yeah, you have to fill out a questionnaire, and you get it after 2 weeks. And I think they all Spitfire. They also labs. There you go. Yeah, and they have tons of stuff. Again, they have strings. That's the piano that I use. They have drums, music box, guitars. There's some really cool stuff, but I just use the piano. That's all I use. Yes, that's about it. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the breakdown of this track. If you have any questions, comment. There you go. Yeah, cool. Cheers. Peace.